Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. So Spirit said we needed to do another little discussion. So we're going to do this. My son is back there. He's prepping meals for the week. So don't mind him. But we're just going to go about it because we were told to do it. So let's see what we have to talk about tonight. Let's see. It's funny when I get on here to make these, he makes more noise. He was quiet. Anyway. Alright. What Spirit have for us to talk about today? Better boundaries, communication. Creating boundaries requires self-love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out or being unkind. It is about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. Clear communication is needed to keep your boundaries intact. Absolutely. We need to always make sure that no matter what we're doing, that we are setting the boundaries. It doesn't matter what it is. We all need boundaries of some sort. It could be even boundaries within yourself and, you know, putting them up and following them and making sure that you know what it is that you're gonna tolerate, you know, because let's face it, if we don't have those boundaries set and follow them, people are just gonna come in and get out and step on you and go away. So we want to make sure that we have, you know, good boundaries set for us around. We want to do that. So what else do we have? Decisions in fear, control. Some decisions and choices that have made are based on fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting to control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. So again, if we don't set these boundaries and have those stepping stones in place, we may start to make decisions based on fear and our ego may step in, because ego is a big thing. Let me tell you about ego, because let me tell you, I've struggled with it. I still struggle with it sometimes. Fear has always been the biggest thing for me that got in my way for the longest time. And I will be honest, fear still gets in my way sometimes, but not as much as it used to. It's definitely not as much as it used to. I allow myself to come on here and do these videos like this and not worry about anything else, because I now trust in the universe. When they come in and they tell me we need to put a message out, well, guess what? I'm doing that message. Rather than fear-based, ego-based, as I used to have, where I would tell myself, stop. Don't do that, because what will people say? What will they? Well, you know what? What will people say? The right people that need to hear this, you all that are watching this, you are going to need to hear it. It's going to resonate with you in some way, shape, or form. So again, let's make some better boundaries so that we're not making decisions out of fear. And we're not trying to use our ego to control what it is that we have. The ego can stand in your way a lot. So let's see. Passion ignited, desire. Oh, this is a pretty card too. Look at that. Live with passion by stepping into what feeds your soul and gives you joy. When you choose to make room for this in your life, the universe responds by creating opportunities that support your soul's purpose and passion. And fitting. This just fits. They all fit so well. I love when we do readings like these and they come up and everything just fits so perfectly in with each other. The passion igniting. If you set those boundaries and get those going, and your decisions are not being led by your ego, the universe will acknowledge this and ignite the passions within you to bring in those desires that you want. It'll help you, again, those stepping stones to the next place that you want to be. Maybe you're already leveling up somehow or another in your life and you feel it, but maybe you were holding back a little bit because of these what ifs. And I think we talked about this the other time. The what ifs. Well, what if this or what if that? You know, stop that. You can still think what if, but you know what? Instead of thinking what if this doesn't this, or what if this does, look at it this way. Flip that around and say, well, what if it does work? Oh my goodness, what if it does take me to the next level? Where would I go then? What would I be then? I could be so much more. So it's all about the mind again, and being mindful of the things that you want to do, the places that you want to go to. We sit as humans and allow so many things to control us. This is that control here. And it's so unfortunate sometimes, but it does happen. I'm no better. You know, it does happen to me too. I will sit and I will think of all the what ifs until I reel that in and I tell myself, hey, you're going to be okay. You need to do this. The universe wants you to get out there and do this. This is why they brought the opportunities in here. These are the opportunities that are flowing in. You put it out there into the world, and how you're speaking and how your mind is what is going to come to you. If you're speaking negative thoughts, if you're speaking out of fear, you're making your decisions out of fear, you're doing things like that, that's what's going to be heard. The universe doesn't know any different. You know, it hears what it hears. And if it hears you saying, oh, I don't have this, I don't have enough money for this, I don't have enough that for that, and that, it's gonna hear that and it's gonna put you in lack. I was there. I can attest to that. And this is where I come from. And this is why I wanted to do these discussions, because I want you all to know that I come from a lot of these places that I'm talking about. And I feel like by me giving the messages that I can maybe give some guidance to somebody else. You know, by all means, if you feel you need more like professional help, by all means, you go get that. I'm not telling you not to, because I'm not a professional, but I do have some background. I do have some experiences, and that's where I come from, is experience in things. there's lots of things that have come up in my workings over the past few years of working on myself. There's things that have come up from way back in my younger childhood that I needed to address. And I learned that those things I took and suppressed so deep that they were locked away, and I didn't deal with them. I just let them go. And therefore, then growing up, I learned just over the past few years that me suppressing them and not dealing with those led to some of the other things and ways that I was in my life. And, you know, by actually opening up and pulling them out and speaking to somebody about them and working through those, it has turned my life around. And I'm not going to say that it's going to work that way for everybody, but the point is we need to work on ourselves. We need to work on those shadow periods. We're not all light. You know, we love to be love and light and everything like that, but without the dark, you don't get to the light, right? So we do need to deal with the things, and we need to work on ourselves. And you know, there's a lot of good books out there as well that you could go through, doing like some shadow work and things like that, doing some research on that. There's groups you can get involved with. I am going through a course right now that is based around like some of the trauma-informed issues with some things, and shadow work, so it'll help with that. And once I get that completed, I am going to put together a group, and we are going to go on a 6-month thing together at just a private group. It'll just be whoever's in the group. I'm going to limit it to a certain amount of people, so we can keep it more intimate, you know, with working with things. But at least we can go as a group for 6 months, and we can work on things together and work maybe through some things that may help you. So those are some things coming up, and I feel like with this reading that really helps. You know, it'll help too with setting the boundaries and working on the fear-based, the ego stuff. And ego isn't just all about like the fear too. It's just like what stands in your way, or you want to do something and ego says, well, you know, we could do it this way, or you could do it that way, and that kind of limits you rather than be giving you that opportunity to step out of the box or step out of your comfort zone. Because stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes can be the best darn decision that you had made, because it will open so many opportunities and so many possibilities of ideas, of creativity, of next level things for you, leveling you up, taking you to that next place in your life. And some of you may even be out there feeling it now and feeling like you're just kind of like going along with the motions. And the reason that you're going along and feeling like that is because you're starting to level up. You're awakening up to the next level in your life. You're expanding, and this is your time of rest. Universe tells you rest before you go to your next, because good things are coming in. I'm seeing that. I'm hearing that. Right now, I'm looking at my little thing where I have my stockings held over there, and it says believe, and believe it, and believe that good things are coming. If you're just sitting at a place right now where you're just kind of, because that's where I'm at this moment. I feel like I'm just sitting here thinking I should be doing something. Why am I not doing anything? I should be doing this. I should be doing that. But I know from my own experience, because I've leveled up several times, and that right before something huge comes, and good huge too, I go through these periods like this where it's just, and then all of a sudden it moves. It's like it's coming in. Everything is coming in. So I know, and I have felt it for the last, I don't know how many months now. People that know me, you've heard me say it. I know big things are coming. They just are. I don't know what it is. I just have that feeling. And every time I have that feeling, big things happen. Let's go back a few years. I sat for like 6 months, and it's been probably close to 6 months that I've had this feeling this time too. But prior to that, for 6 months, I've just had this really tight feeling of good things are coming. Something big is coming. Well, that year I ended up getting a promotion in my position, and then a couple weeks, not even months, but a few weeks later, along with that promotion came a very significant raise with that. And I mean, it was very unexpected, but it was huge. So those two things came together, and I knew something big was coming, and that was my big things at that time. This time around, I feel something big is coming. I feel like it's even bigger than the last thing. What it could be, I don't know, but I honestly, I do feel like it has something to do with my business evolving, because I'm evolving. I'm rising up to the next thing. And that's where, like, the collective, this is for the collective, so take it how it resonates. If it doesn't, you know, you can leave that. But this is where I'm feeling that someone out there needs to hear that continue to work on those boundaries that you're working on, and they will help you to make those decisions. And if you have a huge decision and all those desires that you're having there, this desire, sorry, but if you have that desire, continue to do the work, because I feel like universe just wants to bring it in, wants to light that fire within you and keep it going. So don't let that ego get in your way. Set those boundaries for anybody. Boundaries for yourself, boundaries for other people, boundaries for family, maybe coworkers, whatever. Set them and continue on your path, because you are going to get those desires if you continue to work through those and get over the ego-based stuff and walk forward authentically. Don't go forward being all cocky ego. Go forward authentically and yourself, and grow, because you will grow when you continue working this. So on that note, I think that's about all that's pulling through. I'm just curious, anything at the bottom? taking the leap and courage. See, I'm telling you, the cards just don't go. Taking the leap and the courage. This is what I just said. Continue to work on yourself and take that leap. Go out of your box. Go out of your comfort zone, because you too can manifest in those big things. You got it. Love you all.